Well, I imagine, Gary, a very disappointing afternoon to find yourself 2-0 up after half an hour, and then, particularly in the second half, defensive frailty is really costly.
Oh, John, very, very disappointed. You know, there ain't no other word to say it, John. You know, when you turn around and look at today's game after a very good win at Braintree, it was another massive game. You're at home, defending against the elements in respect to very strong wind out there. And finding yourself dealing with situations quite comfortably in the first 15 minutes. And basically really scored with our first real attack, I thought. And Brian Soles helped the ball back in the box. Delano Samuel put us 1-0 up. Ideal start, one against the elements, but something to look after in every way form, John. And it's going well at that stage, John, and all of a sudden the situation was we were on the attack, and Jamie Lucas has done very, very well. Wriggled and turned, and all of a sudden got a shot goal across goal kicker, and you're 2-0 to the good after 25 minutes, John, 28 minutes, and you know, again in a position where it was more than what we expected to be in at that time, to be honest with you. But it should be a case of from there on, John, that you should be having the ascendancy with you. It should be your own confidence, especially coming off a 3-1 away win at Braintree, picking the same team, whatever way you look at it, which played at Braintree. And you'd like to think that you go on there and certainly see it through at half time, but we had I think it was a corner at the time, and we give the ball away cheaply on the edge of their 18-yard box, and caught us on a counter attack at that time, and they give them a lift in respect of 2-1 at half time, but still felt that at half time it was probably more than what we were hoping for. As much as, you know, we wanted to be in the game at half time against the wind, we felt that to be 2-1 to the good was very positive and give us hopefully the drive for the second half to go forward. And we started bright, we had opportunities there, and I think the ball got pulled back from Jake Caprice, and Kieran missed it at the near post at one time, and it was going well, John. It was going well. I think they just started to expose us in an area on the right hand side, and you can make a decision. I made a decision in one way. I just felt that we had to change it a little bit there. I was just worried about Yak was starting to get exposed a little bit. Just change our formation in respect of personnel, not in respect of the formation, in respect of team play, but we didn't defend the equalising goal very well. It was a cheap goal, and to be honest, John, we collapsed. And when I say collapsed, it's disappointing to see as a manager. I think it's got to be disappointing to see as a supporter and as a football club that what is at stake and what was at stake in there in the second half, the way we collapsed, and when balls come in your own penalty area and you don't want to head the ball with no one round you. I don't know what you put that down to, but I'm very disappointed with that one. And they swiveled at the end and got another one. And being fair, John, all credit. They had nothing to lose, John. No, it's not a remarkable comeback by Maidstone as if they were well beaters. It was purely a case of all credit to Jason was Maidstone. They had nothing to lose. They were 2-0 down. You know, they come here bold, they come here brave, 4-3-3. You know, giving them credit there as well. So take nothing away from Maidstone, but I think we have to look at ourselves, John, and think to ourselves, in the last 4 home games in the league here, we've kept 3 clean sheets. And to give a performance and melt like that from a defensive point of view in the second half, and the manner of their goals, very disappointing.
Because it did sort of seem, though, Gary, as though the substitutions did seem to make a difference, really, in the sense that you took Yak off and Joey Jones then went into the back 4. You obviously put Fabio on, and then you also took Jamie Lucas off up front, and somehow the side seemed a little different, really, and then really seemed to struggle. And as you say, defensively it was shambolic, really.
Well, hindsight's a wonderful thing after, John. You know, at the end of the day you can turn around and say that you left Fabio out and you left Gozzi out 2 scores away from home at Braintree, and you win 3-1. It's a case of basics, John, at the end of the day. We haven't defended. You're not putting players into positions where they're not used to. You're fetching the top striker on at the club who's got 17 goals this year. So I don't think that's weakening the team there. I think that Joey Jones goes into an area where arguably it's his best position as a defender. It's not strange to put Joey Jones into an area he's played there enough times in the past of a right-sided centre half of a free. But players couldn't handle it, John. Players could not handle it. I'm afraid to say, it's disappointing to say as a manager, but players could not handle it. Players melted, and as I say, when I see the third goal go in and the ball drops out of the sky and someone don't want to put their head on it and the boy stuffs it into the back of the net because someone's trying to hurt in their head, that tells you a lot, John. That is very frustrating.
And why do you think the players couldn't handle it, Gary? Because the game on Tuesday night away at Braintree was another massive game, wasn't it? And the players acquitted themselves so well.
John, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I think Steve Thompson wish he knew. But at the end of the day, as I say, we melted. There's no point in making excuses or trying to find excuses or look for them. You can't do that in football. We melted, John. We melted. We were 2-0 up and we melted, mate. And as I say, and if you're not going to do the basics or prepare to do the basics, you've got a major problem. And we've given ourselves a major problem now because I know people will say other results have gone our way today. We had an opportunity at 2-0 up to really make a massive impression with today's result, which could have really been a big benefit for us. That from 25-30 minutes into the game, we've turned around and given a 2-goal lead away, and to get nothing out of it after, as I say, a defending performance in the second half where recently we played Bournemouth, Dover, Southport at home recently and kept clean sheets, coming off a 3-1 away win at Braintree, and to be 2-0 up after 25 minutes and go like that, very disappointing.
And looking for positives, Gary, Jamie Lucas came in and acquitted himself really well, didn't he? Worked so hard and of course scored a very good goal.
Yeah, Jamie's done well the 3 games he's played. He took a whack in the first half. His neck was stiffening up. At that stage of the game, 60 minutes, you think that Gozzi can turn around and give a little bit of freshness, a little bit of speed. They were pushing on, chasing. It's John. It don't matter what players you got out on the park at any level of football. If you're not going to defend the basics properly, and you're not prepared to be honest enough with your teammates and the football club who turn around and pay your wages and put your body on the line to defend properly, not acceptable. I'm really disappointed.
And dare I say it, another big game coming up next week against Sutton at home.
Yeah, all big games, John. You know, as I say, it's where it is. We've been in an area all season. It's been tough all season, but I could see us climbing out and getting in the direction. But we've got to clear our heads this week at training. We've got to clear our heads in respect of getting focused. And another tough game against Sutton. John, they're all tough games. You know, they're all tough games, but the hard work you do in one way, to turn around and go and give it away in the manner what you do another way, is damaging. And you know, we've got to make sure now that we have a team which is prepared properly to turn around hopefully and go out next week and get a good result. But today was a great opportunity where at the end of the day we've let ourselves and the club down in a big way, and it's very costly.
Lovely, thank you very much, Gary. Safe journey home.
Cheers.